AITAH for refusing to marry my ex-BF so he can get citizenship. Everything started really around 6 years ago. So when I 22F was in high school, I began dating my at the time boyfriend. Let's call him Mike, so it's very crucial to note that Mike is not an American citizen. He was always incredibly secretive and didn't talk much about his citizenship journey even when we were together. What I now know is that he entered the country illegally. It literally wasn't his fault, though he was 5 when he was brought in, and he then gained a sponsorship through his now stepdad, who is an American citizen. I know that entire process was very stressful for him, and I under no means am judging him for the pain and struggle he had to go through to get to the point where he is today. We dated throughout high school and even lived together for a short period. He was the love of my life, but I think at the end of the day, everything going on with his citizenship and his family issues got the better of him. He became incredibly cruel. He became someone I didn't recognize, and it was painful and truly scary to see him change from the quiet, sweet man to a monster who lashed out constantly. We ended the relationship on a decent note. I held no ill will toward him, but I didn't want him a part of my life anymore. All that to say, last week he randomly showed up at my parents' door. I still live at home, begging to see me. I was at work, but from what my dad said, he was panicking and looked like a wreck. He claimed he had tried calling me for a few days, but he needed to see me right then and there. An important thing to note is my dad hates Mike. He never forgave him for hurting me and for ending our relationship the way he did. So my dad told Mike he needed to calm down, and if he didn't leave, he would call the police. This freaked out Mike even more, and he begged my dad not to call the police and said he just needed to talk to me. My dad said if Mike wanted to see me, it would have to be on my terms. Eventually, Mike left, and my dad filled me in on what happened. I was very hesitant to even speak to him, but hearing how frantic he was worried me. I asked my parents for advice. My dad was against it, but my mom told me to hear him out. I even asked my boyfriend what I should do, and he said if I wanted, he can come with me to hear what Mike had to say, but I was obligated to give him anything. I decided to just start with a phone call. I called him and he answered the phone, and I could tell he was very relieved to hear me. He began saying how nice it was to hear my voice and how he missed me. I told him to please just tell me what it was he needed from me. I could then hear him start crying. I had never even seen him cry, let alone hear it. He told me his application to gain a green card has been halted and may be rejected. Apparently his mom had cheated on his stepdad, and his stepdad left, ultimately canceling his sponsorship of Mike. Mike was frantic telling me this, so I don't know if all the details are right or even what this all really means. I apologized that he was going through that then. Not so nicely, I admit, asked what that had to do with him. There was a moment of silence before he said, "I need you to marry me." I was so shocked I just hung up the phone. Like, I'm sorry, this is the proposal. I can't just marry him and boom, citizenship. I'm so confused and have a million things running through my mind. He began texted me and apologized for being so straightforward, but it needed to be done to help his green card application and possibly speed up the process. He told me it had to be me because we have history together, and I know him better than anyone. I didn't respond to anything he sent me. I told my parents, and my dad flew off the handle. He started shouting about the audacity of him and how he was out of his damn mind. My mom was quiet, but eventually said, "Why not?" She told me that even though we weren't together, we could just get married on paper and then divorce later down the line. She said it would be selfish of me to rob him of his future because he and I broke up. Her and my dad started arguing after that, and I'm just so drained I don't even know what to do right now. I literally cannot believe I'm asking Reddit for advice, but please, what can I do? I don't want his life to be ruined, but would be in the wrong for refusing to marry him.